Welcome to this demonstration of the RandomNote app. RandomNote is a web app that we've developed to randomize your Evernote collection. What this means is that you can click a button and get a completely random note drawn from either a specific notebook that you choose, or a set of notebooks, or your Evernote collection as a whole. I really want to thank three people, Chris Galtenberg, Calum Flack, and Ben Mosier, for their huge amount of work making this a useful and functional tool for all of us to use. So you're going to start by going to this URL address, which is evernote-random.glitch.me. That will take you to this page that you see in front of you. The first time you use it, you'll need to log in by clicking this button up here on the top right. If you haven't authorized RandomNote before, you'll need to enter your Evernote username and password. I've already done that, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Authorize. Once you've authorized RandomNote to access your Evernote collection, every time you visit this address, it will just give you a random note drawn from your Evernote account. If you'd like to see a different note, you can just click on this little circle button up here on the top left, and it will give you a different note. Now, you have a few options here. If you want to work with this note, let's say it's something that's related to something you're working on, you can click here where it says Evernote Web. That will open up in another tab the web view of Evernote, where you have most of the same functionality. You can see I can change the formatting, I could cut and paste, you can also see all your notebooks here, etc. Going back to RandomNote, you can also click Evernote App, and that will open up the same note in the native program on your computer, which means you can really use all the features of the Evernote program. So let me head back to my browser. You can also add some specific notebooks to search for. So if you look up here, the only button besides Logout and besides the refresh button over here is Filter. So if you click Filter, it will show you, and this is specific to your Evernote account, so yours will look different. It'll show you the title of every single notebook you have in your account. What that allows you to do is, let's say you're working on something related to entrepreneurship. If you click Entrepreneurship, right down here, it will show you a random note drawn from just that notebook. You could then keep clicking the refresh button to see other notes from that notebook. You can see that images are intact in these notes. You also have a couple other options. If you look down here at the very bottom of your list, if you're familiar with the para method, which is the organizational method that I teach, you'll already have all these different notebooks grouped into only 4 stacks, which are projects, areas, resources, and archives. That's what para stands for. So if you click any para, it will draw notes only from notebooks in those 4 stacks, as you can see here. If you click any par, it will only draw from the first 3 stacks, projects, areas, and resources. This is the one that I tend to use the most because by excluding archives, it excludes all the really old notes and files that I don't really use or need much anymore. So I'll click any par. And you can see this is a note drawn completely randomly from one of the notebooks in those 3 stacks. You can also click any, which draws from your entire Evernote collection. But since that's drawing from the largest number of notes, that one takes the longest. The other way of using RandomNote is even more randomly, which is I suggest clicking the any par button down here at the bottom so that it's in that mode. And then add a bookmark, preferably somewhere accessible like your bookmarks bar here. So I'm going to set this to bookmarks bar, and it adds this little button right here. That way, in the future, as you're doing your research and visiting different websites, anytime you just feel like you need a shot of a new idea or an insight, you can just click that button and a completely new note drawn from your Evernote collection will appear. This is a really great way just to kind of be always reviewing and resurfacing notes that you have saved in the past. And that is the RandomNote app. I hope you'll make use of it and enjoy what we've made for you.